What do you make of what's happening at this moment in time?
Look, I'm obviously thankful that there has been these exchanges. Obviously the idea that Israeli bodies have been returned is necessary. The fact that huge numbers of Palestinian prisoners who should have been released a long time ago, many of whom were never facing trial. In fact, many of them have been there illegally for a long time. I'm happy that's happening. I'm nervous about the next stages because there's lots of reporting in the Israeli press of Netanyahu and people around him having no interest in actually continuing to phase 2, let alone phase 3. And of course, phase 3 at the end of this should be a complete removal of any kind of Israeli forces from Gaza. So I'm glad this exchange has happened. But I think Israel Netanyahu, frankly, feels humiliated that Hamas is still standing. They still have fighters. They still have a presence. They still control. Do not want the war to end. In fact, they're very keen for it to restart because, again, they are humiliated. Hamas has not been destroyed, which it was never going to be anyway, but Hamas is still standing, controlling vast parts of Gaza. So yes, there are many forces, obviously the majority of forces within Gaza, that have no interest in restarting the war because it's utterly devastated Gaza in the last 16 months. But within the Israeli political elite, there is huge amounts of interest to restart the war, to continue the devastation in a futile attempt to try to destroy Hamas or whatever the idea may be. But ultimately, I think this is a case of there needs to be huge pressure from Arab states, from European states to say to Israel and the US, frankly, this is not acceptable. I mean, where are, frankly, the sanctions on Israel? Where are the sanctions from any major states to say this behaviour is not acceptable? You need to end this war permanently. After 16 months of devastation, that's the least that many states, particularly in Europe, should be doing immediately.